Good morning and welcome back to day 2 of Flat Track Fever over here on track 2. We have the Fraser Valley Fury taking on the Windy City Wipeouts. According to my watch, we have about 5 minutes till Derby. 4 minutes till Derby. They are going to go through a quick equipment check here for our level 3s. I will go through the rosters and then we will get this going. We are going to start with our Fraser Valley Ravens roster. First of all, we have 102 Pearl Jam, 123 Maggie Mayhem, 168 Collateral Damage, 21 Bent Cupcake, 33 Poison Dart Frog, 5 Visection, 56 Alita Body Angel, 77 Mad Max, 11 Sweet Tea, 13 Scarmander, 187 Reaper, 26 Sugar Cube, 42 Blitz, 55 Reboot, 713 Izzy Dead, and 828 Lunar.
We got 28 Tri-City versus the Blondes.
Yeah.
And Divergent, Steven Divergent's versus
Okay. Cool. Thanks, Ash. And playing for our Windy City Wipeouts, we have 081 Carmageddon, 13 Tank, 187 Geoform, 5 Moose, 555 Batty Bats, 61 Shredder, 65 Supernova, 99 Bruising Bones, 1313 Delirious, 333 Bloodbat, 54 Sour Patch, who will also be your captain for this game. Number 6 Killer Cupcake, 62 Kraken, 666 Speed Demon, and 909 Mosker Raid. And those will be your teams today. Playing on the West Legal track 2. Actually, West Legal sponsored both our tracks this year, so thank you very much for that. Talk about some of our other sponsors here. We're waiting for the game to start. We have Alberta College of Massage on track 1. We have Bad Girlfriend here on track 2. Calgary Roller Derby is in the back of track 2 as well, selling all of their merch. We have Creepy Creatures Canada. That's a tongue twister. On track 2, we have Derby Girl Chocolates. Not here yet. We have Friday Socks on track 1. We have Full Mobility Chiropractic on track 1 as well. We have MyoLab here on track 2. We have Nerd Roller Skate on track 1. We have Sue Proud. We have the Queer Gift Company and Untamed Fernie all on track 1. This is also a reminder that if you see the QR codes around the building, we are looking for... Oh, that's the rolling whistle. That means we're going to see some derby here. And we have Alita jamming for the Fraser Valley out first. Geoform 187 still at the back of the pack up against those blockers. Geo out as well, now on his initial pass. Alita calling that off for 3 points. Looks like we have Kraken going up against Reboot on the Trail Appliance jam line. Kraken with a quick outside run. Yeah, I was like, and then I saw it, so it was like, go live. I was like, oh, okay. Kraken does have G lead jam, but it was recycled back into the pack. Reboot is out on their initial pass. And we have Kraken receiving the first penalty of the game, going to that genuine penalty box. Looks like it was a high block. Reboot on the outside. Reboot coming up against Killer Cupcake. We're hearing a whistle. We have a Lethbridge Brockler going to the box. Looks for our pack destruction. Kraken has now returned back to the track, looking to make their way through the pack. Scarmander providing a little Scarmander hitting them out at the front of the pack. Kraken working hard. Out against Mad Max. Oh, and we have a star pass. So this will now be a full 2-minute jam. Looks like your new jammer for the Ravens is Reaper. Kraken working very hard. Out of the pack for the first 4 points. Killer Cupcake trying to chase down Reaper. And that jam has come to its natural conclusion. Looks like a 9-8 jam for the Ravens. Looks like we have Masquerade lining up against Sweet Tea. Both jammers into the pack. We have a cut call. Nobody going to the box, so. Mo with some footwork at the front of the pack to get out for lead for Lethbridge. Sweet Tea slowly behind, or just behind. Mo through the pack, calling it off for a quick 4 points. And it looks like we have a tie score. That's 12-12. Looks like we have Sour Patch. Jamming for Lethbridge. And Rain jamming for the Ravens. We have a penalty going to Lethbridge blocker. They're shrugging their shoulders. They don't know what they did. Sour Patch working through those Raven tripod. Rain just skating through the pack untouched. Alita again with a force out and the run back. Rain just skating through on their toe stops for another 4 points. We have an illegal contact penalty going to the Lethbridge jammer. This will be a power jam. This will be our second power jam of the game for the Fraser Valley Ravens. Rain through for another 4 points. Rain calling off that jam, freezing the Lethbridge jammer in the box. We have a official timeout being called. What do we think the officials are talking about? You think they're talking about the shenanigans game that's coming up later today? The theme is pool party. I think we have the rubber duckies going up against the pink flamingos. If no one's ever seen a shenanigans game, they're a lot of fun. Basically take regular roller derby and then just change all the rules. It looks like we have blockers lining up at the WFTDI pivot line. Reaper is the only jammer on the Trail Appliance jam line, while Sour Patch is in the Genuine penalty box. There's the whistle. Oh, bodies just hitting the floor everywhere. Reaper sneaks through all the chaos. Sour Patch is now out of the box and back on the track. Scarmander with the run back. Sour Patch coming up against Mad Max, Scarmander. We have a penalty being assessed to a Lethbridge blocker. Batty Bats going to the Genuine penalty box. We have both jammers coming around for points. Reaper calling it off. For an 8-point jam. Looks like we have a Kraken going against Bent Cupcake. And it looks like we have Killer Cupcake holding up Bent Cupcake. Kraken running the outside line to get lead jam. Mad Max with the hit takedown. Now we have Cupcake against Cupcake again. Just a whole lot of cupcakes out there. And Speed Demon, again, with the force out to the inside. Kraken coming around for 4 points. We have a penalty being called. Shredder with the big hit out. Kraken working around for another 4 points. Looks like we've had a star pass to Sweet Tea. Sweet Tea is now the jammer for the Ravens. Shredder, Speed Demon, Cupcake, all working hard as a tripod. Running back Sweet Tea. Pearl Jam with the hit out. And Sweet Tea is now out of the pack. Kraken calling it off.
Sounds really good.
Does this sound good? Does it sound good on the other side?
Oh, yeah. So, I was thinking.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I think this is the only one I'm announcing today. So, like, after that, I'll be able to do that. Except for I'm playing in the next game here.
Yeah.
We have Alita jamming for the Ravens. Alita is out with lead. It looks like Geostorm is in the Genuine penalty box, along with the Ravens pivot. Tank forcing out Alita to the inside. Now Tank going to the box for a directional call.
Holy fuck, right? That's such a difference.
So much better. Alita coming around to the back of the pack. A little bit of footwork on the inside. Out to the front for another 4 points. Geo back on the track from the Genuine penalty box. Working their way through the pack. Being forced out. We have Rain, Lunar, and Blitz working hard. Geo now out of the front of the pack on their initial scoring pass. Alita calling it off after getting their 4 points for a 16-0 jam. The highest scoring jam so far of this game. Looks like we have a team timeout being called by Lethbridge. During this team timeout, we would like to talk about our Chinook City raffle. For a $2 donation, you can enter in for some of these amazing prizes that we've had donated by some of our lovely vendors. The Carriage House has donated a dine and stay package, which includes 1 night stay in a premium room, hot breakfast buffet, and a $50 credit to any of their 4 food and beverage outlets. Good for 1 full year, which means you can use it towards Flat Track Fever next year. Devin and Lang have given a $150 gift card. Valmira Delights has also given a gift card. Callaway Park has given us a 4 pass of general admission tickets. You get a 1-year family membership to the Hangar Museum. Win Sport has donated a mini golf package. Creepy Creatures Canada has given us a lucky bear. And now with that rolling whistle, we will be back to the game. Looks like we have Reboot going up against Sour Patch. Sour Patch working on through that pack. And Reboot just with that quick run up on the outside, getting through. Scarmander and Mad Max just making it difficult for those blockers to get through. Killer Cupcake taking out the jammer. We have a directional call. Reaper coming around back into the pack. Hitting that tripod hard, getting out. And it looks like at the end of that jam, the Raven Valley jammer was called on a back block penalty. This means Lethbridge will be starting on the power jam. Oh, we have Masquerade out with a quick hop over Alita. Both teams setting up. Racing around the corner. Alita with the hit out. Tank forcing Alita out. Mo getting through for 4 points. Both teams setting up in turn 3. Mo hitting that pack. Reboot back on the track. Both jammers now out. Mo at the front of the pack, out for 4 points. Shredder with the knockdown. It looks like we have a directional call going to Bruising Bones. Both jammers working hard at the pack. Mo with a little bit of feet work, being knocked out by Alita and Scarmander. Shredder and Tank working together with Cupcake at the front of the pack to hold Alita, who is now the jammer of record. We have a forearm call going to Tank. We have Shredder now going to the box. Mo is being called on a cut call. It looks like Killer Cupcake is the only blocker on the track. Nope, we have Tank now back on the track. Now we have Tank and Cupcake working together. Interesting fact, a lot of these skaters actually skate together. So there's two travel teams. There's the Supernovas, which is also with Fraser Valley, and then there's Beat Generation out of here out of Alberta. And a lot of these skaters actually skate together on those travel teams. So when they end up going back to their home teams, then they have to play against each other. So they know a lot of their own strategies. They know how to block each other. They know how to jam against each other. It makes it for more interesting games. Team timeout. And this team timeout is a Ravens team timeout. Current score is 63-41. Masquerade getting those 15 points, the highest jam so far for the Wipeouts. We have Rain working out, knocked out by Speed Demon. Killer Cupcake being held by the three blockers at the back of the pack. Shredder now back to help Speed Demon. Blitz trying to play a little bit of offense for Rain. The Wipeouts coming together. Mo trying to do that sneaky run through on the inside, just being caught by Lunar. Now working on the outside. And Mo coming out of that penalty box for lead jam. Killer Cupcake and Shredder putting up a strong defense against Rain, holding her at the back of the pack. Bruising Bones now in there to help a little with that tripod. Killer Cupcake with the knockout. Mo coming around for another scoring pass. Speed Demon now with the knockout to the inside. Blitz with a nice little hip check there, just throwing Mo to the inside. Looks like we have now had a star pass. Alita, now the jammer on record, getting a cut call right at the end of the jam. Alita will report to the Genuine penalty box, giving the Windy City Wipeouts a power jam start. With only 14 points between these two teams, this is still a very close game. Hey, look, it's Crafty. We have Geoform in there working against those the Ravens. Tripod with some quick, fancy footwork, working on the inside, has lead jam. Both teams setting up here in turn 2. I saw that. I travel with the Novas. Like, I'm like, you know, I saw that. Geoform out for 4 points. Being recycled back into the pack. Alita out of the pack as well on their initial scoring pass. And we have a call off, bringing these teams to just within 10 points. Looks like we have Sweet Tea up against Kraken. Sweet Tea out. Kraken out as well. Sweet Tea coming to the back of the pack. Hit out by Killer Cupcake. Sweet Tea calling it from the floor for a 0-0 jam. We have Mo up against Alita. Both teams rolling back. Alita working the inside, Mo working the outside. Quick footwork for lead jam. Alita being held by Tank. Tank going to the genuine penalty box for a forearm call. Mo already scoring points. We have a destruction call going to a left bridge blocker. Mo's called off that jam. We are now within 6 points. Looks like we have 2 left bridge blockers in the box, giving pack advantage to the Ravens. Looks like we have Sour Patch going up against Reaper. Cupcake and Moose at the front of the pack. Had to let the jammer go to a no pack call. Sour Patch working in the back on their toe stops. Coming against Pearl Jam, Scarmander, and Reboot. Moose with the big stop there. Now Killer Cupcake holding Reaper. Working for the, out of play call. Cupcake had to let the jammer go. Sour Patch again, working hard. The Ravens just a formidable tripod, not letting Sour Patch through. Reaper coming back through the pack, sneaking through the chaos to get another 4 points. Looks like we have a star pass to Tank. Tank, now our jammer of record for the Wipeouts. Tank is out of the pack. Killer Cupcake with a little bit of a bump out for Reaper. Reaper calling it off. 8-point jam for the Ravens. Looks like we have Geoform going against Bent Cupcake. Only one Cupcake on the track this time. And there goes the whistle. We have Bent Cupcake at the front going up against Shredder, Supernova, and Bloodbat. Geoform with some toe work. Geo called on a cut call. Ravens going on the power jam. We have Shredder at the front, holding Bent Cupcake, working on the force out. Looks like we have two Lethbridge blockers. Ben Cupcake through the pack now. Has been given lead jam. Coming around to the back of the pack on a scoring pass. Shredder throwing the jammer out and running all the way back to turn 4. Geo now back on the track, coming up against Frog. Jam being called at 2 points. We have Kraken going up against Rain. Kraken for the Wipeouts, Rain for the Ravens. Rain with some quick footwork. Kraken through the middle of the pack. We have a jammer race. Oh no! Kraken blew out a tire and fell. It's back up. Racing in. Raven with the apex hop on the inside. We have a direction call going to a blocker. Alita Body Angel is now reporting to the genuine penalty box. This will give pack advantage to Lethbridge. We have Reboot going up against Masquerade. Masquerade currently has the highest scoring jam for Lethbridge this game. Mo with a quick hop and a run out on the outside of the line. Reboot slowly coming out of the pack just behind them. Mo coming in, working hard. Nice little apex hop there, calling it off for 4 points. I think these junior jammers are on springs. They like to jump a lot. Oh, it looks like we have Speed Demon going up against Sweet Tea. Speed Demon working on the outside of the pack, pushing through. Has lead jam. Sweet Tea working on the inside line. Taken out by Bruising Bones, but Bruising Bones fell. Sour Patch and Cupcake chasing down. Speed Demon through. Quick work. Being dipped down. Calling it off for quick 4 points. We have about 16 points between these two teams with 5.5 minutes left of the first period. Still a very close game. Evenly matched teams. We have Geoform going against Blitz. This will be Blitz's first jam of the game. Blitz hitting that pack hard. Shredder with the force out and the run back. Geoform working on the back of the pack against those Ravens tripod. We have a cut call. Geoform reporting in the genuine penalty box. That is giving the Ravens a power jam. Blitz with a nice little bean dip. Oh, Blitz tried it again, but wasn't quite as successful this time. Shredder with the run back. Shredder being called on a directional penalty there. Lunar with the hit out. Geoform back on the track now. Working the outside line, working the inside line, working their way around. Coming against Alita. Blitz coming back around for another scoring pass. Nice little jump, but just hit out by that Lethbridge blocker. Geoform is now out on their initial. Coming around on a scoring pass. Blitz calling it off before Geo has a chance to score any points. 9-point jam by Blitz. Looks like we have Kraken going against Reboot. Kraken for the Wipeouts, Reboot for the Ravens. Reboot working on the outside, then to the inside. Kraken on the outside. Reboot with some fancy footwork on the outside, able to save it on their toe stops. Speed Demon with it hit out to the inside. We have the bench calling for a power jam. It looks like that Fraser Valley blocker did actually step out. So now we have power jam for the Wipeouts. Kraken working their way through the pack for 4 points. Because the Raven Jammer did go to that genuine penalty box, this will be a full 2-minute jam. Kraken through the front of the pack. We have a penalty going to Mad Max. Reboot with that fancy footwork on the inside of turn 4 there to get through. Has 4 points. Kraken at the back of the pack up against Scarmander. Quick little deke around Reaper. We have Cupcake. And we have a cut call going to Reboot. Kraken working hard against Scarmander at the front of the pack here. Oh, with a big hit down. Now coming against Mad Max. Cupcake coming in to do a little bit of offense. Kraken trying to call off the jam even though they did not have lead jam, but the jam did come to the natural conclusion. We have a 16-point jam for Kraken, tying our previous best jam so far. And it looks like we will be starting on a power jam for the Wipeouts. With Reboot in the box. We have a team timeout. Nope, we have an official timeout. During this official timeout, we're going to talk about MVP. This year, Chinook City is looking for an overall tournament MVP. It can be from any team. It can be a junior. It can be a senior player. It could be one of our sanctioned teams. It could be from any team. If you're walking around the building, you'll see some QR codes. Just scan that QR code, fill out the form, and vote for who you think should be our Flat Track Fever MVP for 2026. Our last year MVP was Tuffy, who I believe plays for the Eves of Destruction, and they won a $250 gift card from Rydell Skates. I know that we have another awesome prize this year for our MVP, so make sure if you have a favorite skater, vote for that skater. I'm sure they would like the prize. Looks like we're settling down to start the next jam. Oh, and Mo is doing the worm. Mo will do the worm any chance they get. Team timeouts, official timeouts. Mo's out there doing the worm. So power jam start for the Wipeouts. 15 points currently between the two teams. Mo with avoiding that hit. Quick workout. coming through. Mo coming to the back of the pack. Both teams setting up. Quick little footwork around collateral damage, and Izzy coming up against Frog at the front of that pack. Out for 4 points. Reboot now back on the track. Both jammers on the track. We have a directional call going to Izzy Dead. Mo with a quick little hop over Frog's feet to get another 4 points, bringing them up to 89 points. We are now 8 points apart for these two teams. Looks like we've had a star pass. Sweet Tea, now your jammer of record for the Ravens. And it looks like we have a cut call being assessed to Sweet Tea. Mo with some fancy footwork against Reboot up front. Now up to 93 points. Mo getting through, calling it off, bringing us to the half. Another 4 points, bringing this up to a 1-point game. Can't wait for the second half. 15 minutes, everybody go get your coffee, go get your drinks. Thank you for being with us so far. Thank you for the stream, for listening in. I also want to thank Sarah on the stream. Apparently I was pronouncing Fraser incorrectly. It's Fraser. I also have a list, but that's okay. So thank you all, and we'll see you in 15 minutes. We're just about getting wrapped up here with halftime, 3 minutes left. We're just going to go take a quick look at the penalties so far this game. Currently for the Ravens, most of the skaters, we have a few skaters at 1 penalty. We have a couple skaters at 2 penalties. Reboot is currently at 4 penalties, and Pearl Jam is at 3 penalties. And looking at the wipeouts, we have quite a few skaters at 3 penalties. Tank, Geoform, Bad Bats, and Speed Demon with 3 penalties. And we have Shredder currently with 5 penalties. So Lethbridge, a little more heavier on the penalties this game. It looks like we are doing some final equipment checks, and we're going to get going here in 2 minutes. Highest scoring jams in the first half, Alita for the Ravens and Kraken for Lethbridge. I was also advised during the half that we are doing the draw for the Creepy Creatures Canada Lucky Bear and the Callaway Park for general admission tickets after this game on track 1. So if you are interested in either of those prizes, run over to the Chinook merch booth and put in your raffle tickets. And buy merch. We have some excellent patches. If you go to the Chinook City table, we have some new patches and new t-shirts this year. Super cool design by Skidlet. Limited quantities. Get them while they last. We're just winding down the period clock. Currently a 1-point jam, or 1-point game. Very exciting. I'm excited for the second half. It's going to get crazy. How many people in the crowd are cheering for the Ravens? Do better. How many people are cheering for Lethbridge? Whoa. I think a lot of people didn't get their coffee yet this morning. It is very quiet. How many people are cheering for the Ravens? Let's try that again. That's better. How many people are cheering for Lethbridge? I think we still need more coffee. So to start this, we have Mo on the line. And we have the Raven Jammer. Sweet Tea is in the genuine penalty box to start. Mo with some quick footwork, out of the pack, has lead jam. Both teams setting up on that WFTDI pivot line. Mo with a quick run through, 4 points on the inside. Sweet Tea now out of the box, both jammers on the track. Sweet Tea up against a formidable blocker with Speed Demon. Mo trying some outside toe work, hit out. We also have a lead change. That means hydrate. Wipeouts now at 100. Masquerade now going to the box on a cut call. That means there's officially no more lead jammer. This will be a full 2-minute jam. And we've had a star pass at the same time. So Alita will be your jammer for the Ravens. We have a directional call for a Ravens blocker. Tank being called on a low block penalty, going off to that genuine penalty box. Mo now out of the box, no pack call. Mo with some quick toe footwork around the outside of those blockers for another 4 points. Speed Demon holding Alita at the back of the pack. Speed Demon with the force out. Lethbridge blockers just putting on a clinic here. Holding Alita at the back of the pack. And we have a cut call going to the Ravens jammer. This means that Lethbridge will be starting on the power jam yet again. Another 15-point jam for Mo, tying her current best for this game. Sounds like we have some Moose fans in the crowd. Kraken on that Trail Appliance jam line. Skating into the pack. We have Lethbridge coming in to give some offense. Kraken trying to work their way around. Pass Pearl Jam. Coming up against Mad Max and Scarmander. Those are two blockers I wouldn't want to come up against. Kraken working hard to get through all the blockers. Recycling around. We have a high block call going to Kraken. Kraken reporting to that genuine penalty box. We are waiting for a jammer swap here. At some point, one of the jammers should be released. There we go. Alita is released out on the track. And it looks like we will not get a lead jammer out of this game. Alita entering the track without the cover on. So this jam will go the full 2 minutes. Looks like Reboot, now your jammer for the Ravens. Both teams setting up. Cupcake trying to do a little bit of head out. Ravens skirting to the inside. 4 points for the Ravens. Sour Patch trying with the hit. Reboot with a little bit of spin. Up to 108. We are now 3 points away from each other in this game. Kraken pushing hard. Coming up, Max. Kraken is now out. Up against Scarmander. Cupcake with the hit out. Bruising Bones with the run back. Scarmander with a failure to reform penalty. That jam coming to the natural end. Ravens with 4 points. Another lead change. Means hydrate yet again. It's 10 o'clock in the morning. You better be hydrating with water and coffee. Now we have Geoform going against Reaper. Standing on that Trail Appliance jam line. Reaper working the inside. Geo working the outside to the inside. Trying some fancy footwork to not allow him to allow damage. Hit out by Sweet Tea. Almost taking out our OPR. Raven back in the pack. Geoform up against the Sweet Tea. Collateral damage and Frog at the front of the pack. Reaper coming around on a scoring pass. Being stopped by Tank. Reaper calling off that jam. Eight-point jam, bringing the Ravens up to 120. Looks like we have Speed Demon going up against Blitz. Blitz with the quick run out on the inside line. Speed Demon working their way through the pack. Speed Demon out now as well, just past the Laddie Bounty Angel. Cupcake clipping Blitz, forcing them to the inside. Blitz getting a cut call, losing lead jam. That means this jam will go the full 2 minutes. Speed Demon working their way past those Raven blockers. I think this polished concrete floor may be a little slippery. We've seen a lot of those jammers sliding around. Cupcake taking out Alita Batty Angel, providing that offense to get Speed Demon through. Back to being within 1 point, 120 to 119. Speed Demon racing through the pack. Another 4 points put up. Bringing the Wipeouts to 123. Yet again, another lead change. And we have Killer Cupcake reporting to that genuine penalty box. I believe I heard a forearm call. Speed Demon through for another 4 points, tying Masquerade's best for 16 points so far this game. Blitz being hit out by Bruising Bones. We have an illegal contact call going to 13-13. Speed Demon working their way through, trying to get those last 4 points. Now with a 20-point jam, bringing the Wipeouts up to 131. Blitz trying to get last of the points. Was able to collect all 4. Ravens 128, Wipeouts 131. Still a 3-point game, anyone's game at this time. We have an official timeout being called. Mo's doing the worm yet again. Maybe the officials are talking about some of those amazing door prizes that we have available at the Chinook City merch table. Once again, we have the Carriage House gift card. We have Devon and Lang, Valmira Delights, Callaway Park, the Hangar Museum, Wind Sport, and that Lucky Bear by Creepy Creatures Canada. Make sure to visit the Chinook City merch table to buy your $2 ticket for those raffle prizes. It looks like a decision has been made, and Killer Cupcake is now reporting to the box as well. Maybe a delayed penalty. So with 2 Lethbridge blockers in the box, pack advantage does go to the Ravens. Looks like we have Mo against Reboot. Mo with the hit out and the run back. Reboot just saying no way. They're not interested. They're not going to do it. And now we have a standoff. Just running down the clock. Tune up time. The pack is now running to catch up. Well, if you can't run back the jammer, just get the pack to run forward. Works the same way, I think. And there we go. Reboot taking off. Mo just trailing behind. The pack racing each other. Now we're back where we started. And it looks like Reboot was able to get lead jammer. Mo shortly out of the pack right behind them. Reboot with a little hop there and a quick call off. Getting 3 points for the Ravens. We're at a tie game. Looks like we have Kraken going up against Reaper. Still 20 minutes left of this game. Means this can be absolutely anyone's game. Kraken pushing through the back of the pack. We have a forearm call being assessed to number 5, Moose. And Reaper around the last of the Lethbridge Bronchers. Kraken coming up against Izzy and collateral damage and Sweet Tea. Kraken now up against collateral damage. And Kraken is now out of the pack as well. Sour Patch running back Reaper. Reaper calling it off. Collecting those 4 points. That means we have a lead change. And we have a new jammer up for the Wipeouts. We have Tank. Tank going up against Alita. Alita with a quick run out on the outside. Tank coming against those Raven blockers. Lunar holding the bot. Now going against Blitz. Tank now out as well. Alita hitting the back of the pack. Doing a quick spin maneuver around Geoform and Moose to collect those 4 points. And it looks like we have Speed Demon coming up against Reboot for the Ravens. And both jammers just waiting at the back of the pack. Tripods rolling back. A little offense going on. Killer Cupcake being called for a direction call. Going to that genuine penalty box. Reboot out at the front of the pack for lead jam. Speed Demon still working at the back of the pack. Coming up against Scarmander. Speed Demon out of the front of the pack. Reboot calling it off. 0-0 jam. Unable to collect any points. Looks like we have Sweet Tea going up against Masquerade. Sweet Tea on the outside. Mo on the inside, getting past collateral damage, getting lead jam for the Wipeouts. Sweet Tea being run back by Shredder. Shredder forcing out Sweet Tea yet again, running them back. Sweet Tea now out as well, being chased down by Killer Cupcake. Killer Cupcake had to let them go, they were out of play. Mo through for a quick 4 points. Bringing the Wipeouts within 4 points of the Ravens. We got Kraken up against Blitz. I think this is the most I've ever seen Blitz jam. Blitz and Kraken hitting the back of the pack. Blitz through first. Kraken out just shortly behind. We have a jammer race here. Blitz racing around the track. Kraken just following behind. Lethbridge setting up at the back. Blitz calling it quickly as they're being forced out by Bruising Bones. 0-0 jam. What a race. We have Tank going up against Scarmander. This will be Scarmander's first jam of the game. I don't know if I've ever seen Scarmander jam. There with the whistle, both through. Scarmander through the inside line, gets lead jam. Tank on the outside. Scarmander coming up against Shredder. Shredder holding Scarmander down. Shredder going to the box on a forearm call. Tank working their way through all of the blockers. Still trying to get through the pack. Both jammers trying to get through. Looks like Tank having a bit of a tumble with Izzy dead. Tank now against Mad Max. Tank is now out of the pack. Scarmander still with lead jam. Scarmander with a quick call off for 4 points. Just having a quick look at the penalties here. Lethbridge leading with penalties, having more than the Ravens. Shredder sitting on 6 penalties. We have Speed Demon up against Reaper. Reaper on the outside. Speed Demon, quick footwork to get through. Lead jam. We have Killer Cupcake, Bruising Bones working at the front of the pack. Oh, unsuccessful jump. Frog with the hit out. Speed Demon running back to the back of the pack just to make sure they don't get that cut call. Speed Demon now through for the 4 points. We have a cut call. And it looks like we also have a star pass. Sweet Tea, now your jammer of record for the Ravens. Speed Demon with a quick call off there after collecting 2 more points for 6 total, bringing the Wipeouts to 141. 4 points between these two teams. We have Masquerade and Alita Body Angel lining up behind the Trail of Pines jam line. Both jammers forcing each other into the pack. Bit of a standstill here. Alita being held by Tank. Mo quickly out. Gets lead jam. Lunar being called on a tripping call. We have a directional call going against Blitz. Reporting to that genuine penalty box. Mo with a quick little hop to get through past those blockers. Alita being held by those Lethbridge blockers. Tank with the force out. Running Alita all the way back to turn 2. Mo just looping around. We now have a tie game. Nope, now we have a lead change. Wipeouts at 149, Ravens 145. Mo coming in, duking around, getting past collateral damage. Alita still being held at the back of the pack by Tank. Tank with the force out again. Oh, Tank now being getting a direction call. Alita finally out of the pack. Mo had getting 12 points so far against Lethbridge. Alita trying a little jammer bump there, trying to see if they can force Mo out. Oh, now they're holding hands. Nope, not quite. So much love between the jammers. Lead change in that last game, or last match, last jam. 157 to 145. Wipeouts leading by 12 points. We have Kraken going against Reboot. Kraken working that outside line. Reboot going back and forth. Outside, inside line. And it looks like Reaper getting the lead jam. Kraken working his toes on the outside, being pushed out by Mad Max. Kraken now working their way in the pack. Reaper Reboot through for 4 points. Killer Cupcake trying to try some defensive work to keep Reboot in. Kraken coming up against Scarmander and Pearl and Shredder. Sour Patch able to provide a little bit of offense to get Kraken out. Tank has now joined the rest of the team on the track. Reboot calling it off. Ravens getting 10 points at Jam, bringing them up to 155. Only 2 points between these two teams with 9.5 minutes left. We have Geoform going against Reaper. Reaper, quick run up on the inside line, getting past Shredder. Geoform, and we have a start pass. Shredder, now your jammer of record. Nope. Not yet. Now we go. In order for a start pass to be considered complete, both the jammer and the pivot need to be inbounds and upright. One of those two items must not have been correct. Shredder being thrown to the outside by Lunar. We have collateral damage being called from a penalty. Pivot also in the box for the Ravens. Shredder contemplating whether they were still in or not. We have Frog and Lunar working to keep Shredder at the back of that pack. Shredder using a bit of an assist from Geo. And it looks like we have another lead change. Ravens, 12 points so far this jam, bringing them up to 167. We have a bit of a hit out. Shredder running them back. The Ravens blockers telling them their jammer to go all the way back. Seems a bit of a confusion on the track here. Jammer, a little apex hop there. Shredder now out on the initial pass. Reaper with another 4 points. Calling it before Shredder can get back to the pack. 16-point jam, bringing the Ravens up to 171. Looks like we have Speed Demon and Blitz going against each other again. Standing on that Trail Appliance jam line. The Ravens standing on the WFTDI pivot line. The Genuine penalty box is currently clear. Blitz hitting the pack hard. Speed Demon working their way through. Sour Patch and Cupcake with the force out. Looks like Speed Demon was able to sneak through there to get lead jam. Speed Demon doing some fancy juking work to get past these Ravens blockers. Alita, Mad Max, and Pearl Jam working hard to make some hard work for Speed Demon to get past. Blitz taking off that cover. Cupcake running them back. Cupcake holding Blitz at the back of the pack here. Getting a forearm penalty for that work. Speed Demon hitting hard to get past Scarmander and Mad Max. Calling it off after getting their 4 points. Bringing the Wipeouts up to 161. These two teams 10 points apart from each other. Just under 6 minutes left. Looks like we have Mo going against Reboot. Killer Cupcake in the Genuine penalty box. So pack advantage to the Ravens. Mo with a quick little run up the inside line to get out. Reaper just shortly behind them. Mo coming around that pack. Both teams setting up here in turn one. Mo calling it off from the floor. Getting 1 point. Okay. We have Reaper coming up against Kraken. Just under 5 minutes left in this game, 9 points apart. Still anybody's game. Blitz through on the inside. Kraken still working hard in that pack. Those Raven blockers working hard to keep them in place, not letting them through. Alita trying with the force out, working with Rain. Kraken with a little bit of a hop out of the pack. Blitz now in the back. Killer Cupcake with the run back. Ravens with 1 point this jam. Coming in on the last 4 minutes, we're going to go point for point here. 10 points still separating these two teams. Looks like we have Geo going against Reboot. Reboot trying that inside line, coming up against Shredder. Shredder running them back to the back of the pack. Geo still working their toe stops to get past those Raven blockers. Reboot. Looks like there may have been a cut call, but they've decided that there was not, that Reboot was in bounds. Quick little hip check, but Reboot's still up to get their 4 points. Geo working at the back of the pack. Looks like we had a star pass. Shredder now your jammer of record for Lethbridge. Geo with a little bit of a hit. Ravens getting 4 points. That jam. 14 points separating these two teams. 2.5 minutes left. We have Speed Demon coming up against Reaper. Speed Demon going through on the outside, getting lead jam. Killer Cupcake making their way around to the front of the pack to hold Reaper in place. Blockers working together. Oh, we have a little bit of a tumble here. We have Bad Bats and Sour Patch coming together. We have a multiplayer call. Speed Demon being sent to the box for a back block call. Reaper is out. We will have no lead jammer. This will be your final jam of this game. Reaper being run back by Killer Cupcake. Cupcake doing some hard work. Alita saying, no, you can't block our jammer. Cupcake trying to organize those Lethbridge blockers. Reaper just sneaking past.
Yep, after this, no 6-3-1. Yep. And then 6-3-7. Yep. This is the next one. The other is about right? So I play in the next game. Yeah. Okay.
Speed him in back on the track. Oh. We'd like to thank our medics. Without our medics, we would not be able to have Derby. They keep us safe. And it looks like that skater is now up. And returning to their bench. Looks like I was wrong. We will still get one more jam. Just as a quick note to our crowd, we will not be doing high fives. There will be no high fives after this game. There will be a quick team photos. We'll do MVPs, and then we will be moving on to our next game. I know everyone looks so super disappointed about that. Just due to time schedule, I'm sorry, I don't make the rules. I just announce. We are unfortunately not doing high fives. There will be a quick team photo underneath the scoreboard at the end of the game, followed by MVPs. We have Most Grade going up against Alita Batty Angel. You guys all looked at me like I killed a puppy or something. Like, this is just like, I don't make the rules. Mo with some quick toe work on the outside. Hearing some penalties called. Killer Cupcake being sent back to that genuine penalty box. We have a star pass. Frog now your jammer of record for the Ravens. Mo holding their hands up, getting ready to call it potentially, maybe. Frog being held by Tank and Shredder. Mo working at the back. Our period clock has run out. This will be our final jam of the game. Mo working at the front of the pack to get past those blockers. Another 4 points for Mo. Mo getting a cut call. This will be a full 2-minute jam. We have 1 minute left. Frog now out scoring points for the Ravens. Mo, unfortunately, sitting in the genuine penalty box. We have Speed, Demon, Cupcake, and Shredder. Shredder with the force out and the run back, being held back by those Raven blockers. Frog coming against Killer Cupcake. Speed Demon with a little bit of a hit out. Holding them back. Mo back on the track. We're hearing a cut call to Speed Demon. Mo skidding around to get points. Our last 15 seconds of this jam. Four seconds. Mo through for another 4 points. And that is the end of the game. 196 to 200 to 174. Ravens over the Wipeouts. We will do a quick team photo underneath the scoreboard, and then I would ask that both teams come to the announcer's desk so we can do our MVPs. Can we get the teams to the announcer desk, please? I don't have a wireless mic, so I can only go like 10 feet from here. I didn't kill a puppy. It's not my fault you can't do high fives. Don't look at me like that, Melissa. I see you. You could do high fives over here after MVPs. How's that make you feel? Is that better? Yeah. The Ravens are still deciding. You're all just that good. And again, for everybody in the audience, we are still accepting nominations for overall tournament MVP. So make sure you find the QR code, scan it, and vote for your favorite skater. We have an amazing prize for overall tournament MVP. Alrighty, we are going to start with the Ravens. So overall MVJ for the Ravens is Reboot. And your MVB blocker is Collateral Damage. You actually have to come up here to get your reward. And for the Wipeouts, your MVJ, Kraken. And your blocker, Shredder. Thank you all for coming out, watching the game. Our next game will be in half an hour. It will be the Natural Born Thrillers taking on the Crude Assassins.